All right, you guys, so we're going to be talking about linear measurement, which you guys were introduced to yesterday in that video. And so I'm going to just remind you of a few things and then give you a couple examples, and it's going to be real short and easy today. So usually you guys measure with rulers, but this week we are going to be using non-standard units of measurement. And so just like y'all saw in the video, that's going to be objects that you use to measure another object. And I'm going to go over, just review with that real quick. You guys measured this ladder in the video to be 8 dumbbells or 8 weights long. Now, usually we don't measure with weights, we measure with a ruler so we can see how many inches something is. But measuring with another object is a non-standard unit of measurement. And here's the other one. You guys measured a car in the video with cameras, and you saw the car to be about 6 cameras long. And so I have a couple examples of things that I measured using non-standard units of measurement, just to kind of review with you guys. So these are the 3 non-standard units of measurement that I chose to use, and that is markers, matches, and Q-tips. So I'm going to be measuring different things around my house using markers, matches, and Q-tips. So the first thing I'm going to measure is this laptop, and I'm going to use my matches to measure this laptop. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a match and I'm going to put it on the very end where the laptop starts. So I'm going to be able to go just like this, and the match is going to be right at the very edge. And then each match that I place after that is going to go right after the other one. You don't want to overlap them like this because that's not a full match. So they need to be touching from the top, beginning to the end. So that's 3, 4, and 5. Now, like we said with non-standard units of measurement, we don't measure with a ruler or with centimeters or things like that. But I used 5 matches to measure this computer. So this computer is about 5 matches long. The next non-standard unit of measurement that I'm going to use are my Q-tips. So I'm going to see how many Q-tips it takes to measure this picture frame. So I have 1 Q-tip. I'm going to line it up at the end so the edges are straight right next to each other. 1 and 2, and I'm going to put my Q-tips right next to each other. This picture frame is about 2 Q-tips wide, and I'm using my non-standard units of measurement to describe how long or how wide something is, and that's what you guys are going to be doing this week. So this picture frame is 2 Q-tips wide. So my last non-standard unit of measurement that I used were markers, and I measured this tree that is still up in the house, but that's okay. And I found that this tree was 9 markers tall. That's not inches. Our non-standard unit of measurement is markers, so it's 9 markers tall. So I chose to measure one more thing, and that was myself, and I chose to measure myself using the markers. After I put all of the markers from the beginning to the end of each marker, not overlapping, I found out that I was 12 markers tall. Now, remember, a non-standard unit of measurement is something that we won't usually use to measure an object. And so these are the 3 that I chose: markers, matches, and Q-tips. So I want you guys to start thinking about things that you can use around your house to measure different objects. It can be any unit of measurement that you would like, as long as they are all the same length. All of the Q-tips are the same length, all of the markers are the same length, and all of my matches are the same length. And so I have an equal distance for each of my objects. You guys need to make sure that you are able to find objects that are all the same length to use to measure something else. Start thinking about it, because that's going to be your project at the end of the week, which is what we're going to go over a little bit more on Thursday during the Zoom. But I want you guys to start thinking about non-standard units of measurement. What can you use to measure different things? You guys have a worksheet for today that I have put on Google Classroom. And if you guys need any help, as always, just feel free to let me know, and I will see you on Thursday.